One of the Western Conference semifinals is now set as the Spurs will face the Thunder. The last time these two teams met in the playoffs was in the 2014 West Finals when San Antonio eliminated OKC on their way to getting another chip. They split their 4 regular season meetings this season. Caron Butler's still here with us. So I will ask you first, who has the edge, Thunder or Spurs in this one?
I would have to say San Antonio, just because that's basketball royalty right there. You know, they
really?
Yeah, I mean,
I'm shocked you said that.
Just saying it because you're here.
No, I'm not. I'm shocked.
I'm going with the history of the game, but at the same time, you know, I'm an underdog, and I love the story of the underdog. And I played with them young guys in OKC, and I like the demeanor that KD and Russ are displaying on that platform right now. They like it's us against the world. You know, little bro, I got your back, big bro, I got your back, and they're going out there and they're trying to prove all the doubters and the naysayers wrong. So it's going to be interesting to see game one, the disposition and how they move forward and how they go out there in the game one.
But you would pick San Antonio to win this series? I
got San Antonio coming out the West. I had them from the get-go, you know, even with a healthy Steph Curry. You know, just because of the defensive schemes I saw against Golden State, but we'll see what happened in game one.
We finally have someone on this show who gets it.
Yeah.
Stephen A., I know he had OKC already, so he just over there patiently waiting.
Yeah.
Get him, Stephen A.
Well, the thing about it is that I actually, if I had to bet my money, I actually would bet on San Antonio. And the reason why I would bet on San Antonio is because I'm real suspect on Oklahoma City's offense. I think Billy Donovan has been trying to adjust to things all year long and get these guys to play with a level of cohesiveness. You can't turn the ball over, and you have to be somewhat unpredictable. You got to share the basketball and trust your teammates. I'm seeing Enes Kanter get more and more involved offensively, and I like that. The problem is that's easy to experiment with a depleted Dallas Mavericks team. It's far more difficult to stick to from a discipline perspective when you're going up against the precision known as the San Antonio Spurs. And so because of that, that's why I'm a bit reluctant. I think talent-wise, OKC is the best fit to go up against Golden State. I think talent-wise, Golden State should be able to beat San Antonio. But the reason why I'm reluctant to just say what I'm going to go with right now is because I want to go back and watch some more tape of them over the last few weeks. I want to pick Oklahoma City. I just need to find a reason to believe that when it gets tight in the fourth quarter, they're going to be disciplined enough to do what they're supposed to do. And I haven't seen that yet, which is why I have not made my selection. But I think from a talent perspective, Oklahoma City should win this series. It's just that San Antonio is a well-oiled machine. They play together better than anybody.
Stephen A., you got Skip over here chuckling, man.
Wait a second.
I know that because I won't make a pick. I'm just breaking it down. I won't make a pick yet.
Wait. Did you say you're going to go back and sit down and watch tape of my Spurs and those Thunder?
No, not just your Spurs, the Thunder period, how they've looked over the last several weeks.
Really? So Stephen A. goes in his little man cave and puts his visor on and watches tape?
Well, how do you think I've been teaching you about basketball all of these years?
I haven't learned a thing.
I always go.
I haven't learned one thing from you.
Yeah, you have. You know better. I mean, that's what I do. I literally go back, I tape the games, and I go back and I watch tape. Absolutely.
Okay, well, let me help you. You're going to find that the Thunder blew 14 leads going to the fourth quarter this regular season. And they blew one at Dallas in the playoffs. So that's 15 times Russell Westbrook and company had the lead going to the fourth quarter and could not hold the lead. Why is that? Would you like to interject, or do you have a theory on that?
I mean, I don't know why is that, but what I do see is, you know, a lot of the time where, you know, they can't get stops and they go on runs, and then you have two of the most talented guys in the game of basketball, you know, try to take over by, you know, just doing it on their own.
Do they fit? Do they have good rapport, chemistry, or deal closing rapport? You know, the ability to say, your turn, my turn, we'll get this done.
I think they got great chemistry together because, you know, you put those two guys out there every season and they can account for 54 to 56 wins. You know, so that don't happen by coincidence. They're great together. And I see that they're starting to realize that more and more, you know, from the post-game interviews and everything. They're doing it together and moving forward together. So, like I said, I love the mentality that they have right now with, you know, going and, you know, protecting one another and defending one another from, you know, the Mark Cuban comments or anything. And, you know, they're going into San Antonio with a different disposition, and that's to win games together.
Chips on shoulder, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so Stephen A., I'm going to go back here and talk to Stephen A. for a second. Stephen A., I've been telling you all year that the one thing I've loved about these Spurs that nobody seems to lock into is a year ago they must have blown 12 close games. 12. They were sort of like this year's Thunder in that they couldn't close the deal last year. They closed it every time this year except for Golden State in San Antonio, and that was just Steph being magic. And that was the night I just sat back and said, he's just too good. When he's like that, they are invincible and unbeatable. Golden State is. But in general, I like this team against Oklahoma City because the players that scare me the most on Oklahoma City sometimes aren't just the two superstars. It's Enes Kanter, who's still top 10 in player efficiency rating in this league, and he and Westbrook got a thing going now. Westbrook loves to drive it and dish it to him, look for him, find him, cutting off the pick and roll. They got a nice little vibe going between the two of them right now. That scares me. But what doesn't scare me is Tim Duncan, at age now 40, is still as effective a rim protector as there is in basketball. Just playing textbook defense in the lane, getting in your way, changing your shot. There's still nobody that I see any better. And LaMarcus Aldridge, I have been shocked by how tall he is. I didn't realize how tall and long LaMarcus Aldridge is. He's a full 6'11" with 7'5" wingspan. He defends at a high level. He changes a lot of shots at the rim. And then Stephen A.'s been laughing at me, but Boban Marjanovic is going to play a role in this. He will. You watch.
Bobo.
You watch. Bobo will come in
Team Bobo.
against. Just watch against Steven Adams or Enes Kanter. They'll play Bobo for about, you know, maybe 10, 12, 15 minutes a game.
Skip, I'm inclined to pick OKC in 6. But let me tell you what my hesitation is. Pop's got me confused. I'm looking at a guy like Tim Duncan. He's played in the last 2 games, he's played 13 minutes and 19 minutes. He hasn't scored in double digits in all 4 games against Memphis. I'm thinking, well, is he not healthy? Are those legs totally gone? Is this the end? Or is he being rested? Because Pop's saving him. You know? I mean, when I think about it, if you're telling me, so I got to think about Manu. I got to think about Tony Parker, who's healthier this year than he was last year. I'm thinking about a Tim Duncan. I look at Oklahoma City, and I think they match up perfectly against San Antonio, devoid of Tim Duncan's experience on the basketball court. Because Steven Adams, Enes Kanter, the one thing that can negate their play is the experience of Tim Duncan on the defensive end of the floor and when it comes to rebounding the basketball. Those are the things that I monitor. This is why it's such a tough call for me, because I'm trying to figure out what San Antonio may do. And as a result, then I'll know what Oklahoma City's going to do. But it's a tough, I'm telling you, it's a tight choice to make. Oklahoma City is no joke. I think talent-wise, they are the biggest threat to the Golden State Warriors because they've got those 2 superstars, man, in other parts.
You could be right, but I still like the matchup of San Antonio because Russell Westbrook won't get blow-by dunks like he usually gets. The Spurs don't allow that. And we haven't mentioned my key player, Kawhi Leonard.
Yeah.
He's taken it into another echelon. There are games like the 3rd game against Memphis. He just went monster on him. He went for 32, made 6 threes, had steals, rebounds, blocks. He just dominated the game. Like Zach Randolph said, he's the silent assassin, man. He doesn't say a word. No, he doesn't get emotional. He just dominates the game on both ends.
He beats you in so many ways. Now he's taking the ball, you know, he's getting the rebound, he's pushing it up court, he's facilitating. He's stretching the defense out. You put him in the mid-range area. He's isolation. He's doing it all. And, you know, he's a problem, night in and night out. And not only that, he's great defensively. So he's one of the best two-way players, if not the best two-way player in the game. And he's leading that ball club, and I love what I'm seeing from him.
Yep.
Ron, you just made Skip's day going with the Spurs there. I just have to say one thing, though, side note. I can picture Stephen A. in his man cave watching tape, watching film, but not with a visor on.
Well, he just
I
needed
can't
like
see
a
Stephen
coach's
A.
visor.
in a visor. I don't see the Gruden visor.
Okay.
Ron, thank you so much for being with us. It was fun. We appreciate you.